Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Okay, hang on. Let's try that again. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 07.27.2026. Current time is 0550 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, and check the show notes on the various platforms we're on right now, or just Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see where I'm on these interwebs. And you can see that we also have X again. I don't know. Friday we had X, and we went. We did a split show there, 1 hour, and then we did the second hour. I had to come back up because when I was away from the computer desk on a break, it shut down. But last Wednesday we had four, and it did. So I think it was the internet again on my end and stuff. Usually the case, but we're getting our day started here with a hashtag positive start today. Hashtag PSDDD with the morning coffee, which is tasting good. Jackie's here. What's going on, Jack? Huh? What you doing? Huh? You being feisty? You waiting for your milkies? But we have the morning coffee here. God, that's good. God, that good. I've been up for about an hour and a half now, getting things started. So we got an early start on this Monday, and want to say good morning to Tony D on the YouTube there. Good morning to you, sir. Salute day. Hashtag positive start today. Mrs. isn't up. She should be up here in the next minute or so, but I'll pass that good morning on to her, and she'll be saying good morning to you, Tony. Good to see you. And I see we'll get to the weather. He's on the Twitch and also over on the Rumble there. As far as salute to you, my friend, coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia. You beat Tina in. Where's Tina? Tina's not here this morning. She's usually the first one in before I even. We still have the intro music on and stuff. So, well, she's probably sleeping in a little bit. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. I did. It was a good weekend, and hot. We got the air conditioning on, humidity and stuff. We had some rainstorms come. We had the rainstorm yesterday, and usually the rain comes in from the west, right? And I guess the storms was coming in, but we had this massive blow of water back here, and water came underneath the back door there. It's like, whoa, that we don't usually. I mean, it's like once or twice a year that happens. And but the clouds are coming this way. If wind's coming in this way, there is some circulation going on up there. We've already had like 9 tornadoes here in New York State for this year so far. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, the wind's coming this way because that's the way the thunder clouds are coming, right? But we got rain just barreling ass down coming in from the south, and it's like you got two different air movements there and stuff like that. That's not good when you have thunderstorms. That's a clear indication there possible tornadoes maybe and stuff like that. But I guess New York State's a new tornado alley. They're EF1s, but they're still dangerous. They're still dangerous as hell and stuff like that. But I do hope everybody had a good weekend. We're starting a new week, working towards the weekend, and we did some gaming. What did we do? Let me check my notes. I know we did some gaming. What was Friday? The 24th. Um, oh, we did the space flight on Friday, which was a very success. SpaceX test flight number 13 for the Starship. Very good, successful because at the very end it's floating. That's an intact spacecraft. So my congratulations to SpaceX. And then we did Saturday. We did a Saturday look at thing, and I'm going to probably bring that up on the weekends. I'm just up for an hour just to say hello, just a casual 1 hour broadcast. If I got something to say, I can say it. Um, it might be borderline. I'm not deciding. I probably well right now we got five channels. We got we got Rumble. We've got locals, Twitch, YouTube, and I have X up too. I'm going to start using X again, I guess. I don't know. You can always put the broadcast up there and put the post the link. Yeah, there we go. We got X. We're on X too. I'll give X a try and stuff like that to see. So I got this new. Yeah, I've been messing around with it for the last week or so. Just pop up on a Saturday, calling it Saturday to look at things, and just I may be doing something like this. I'm just sitting here at the computer desk. It's sort of a generic title and stuff like that, just to sit. If I see something in the news, I'll talk about it. Um, I'm thinking also again to maybe bring up because it's been quite a while. I think it's since February, maybe. Good Hello America, where I get on my political soapbox and stuff like that. But then again, I look at some of these broadcasts that do have these political opinions and stuff. I don't think it's worth it. It's just like, man, I know what my opinion is. I know what my values are, my core values and stuff. But some people, I mean, you're looking through a clear lens in some sense, as far as that goes. Um, you know, a case in point is the Caitlyn. What they post over there on my X page? Oh, I can't do that. I gotta bring up another X thing over. I post some things on X, and it's just sort of like well, this is what I'm seeing as far as I know you, and they're from legitimate news sources. Oh, the big news is I don't know if you heard about this, Tony. I posted over on X there. They got they're going to be bringing back Black Panther 3. Of course, that was announced during the what is it? They had this is via the Hollywood Reporter, which I'm following now because they got some interesting stuff on there. Black Panther 3, David Johnson to star as the previous Black Panther's son. I guess he's grown up. As a sequel set for 2028. That was announced this weekend, and as far as that goes. But there's some things that I guess I hear, and I just look, and I guess right now my response is what I see in the news on X. What was it? Caitlin Clark was a topic of discussion. Um, I'm not a WNBA fan. I don't watch it. I may watch the reels with Caitlin Clark because I think she's a fantastic athlete. She's a great athlete for the WNBA. There's also other great athletes in the WNBA, and uh, some people's what's going on. The basic thing is you look at how she's playing. She's getting fouled, and the refs aren't calling it. That's my opinion. She's getting, when you get a freaking hand up against your throat and the person doesn't get a foul, he's like, come on. So I got some other opinions on that, but it just comes back refs. Then the refs aren't even regular refs. And NBA, they're organized. They're a group of people and stuff like that. WNBA, those refs aren't organized. They're mismatched and stuff. So there's not a consistency with the refing. The refing in the WNBA is atrocious when it comes to Caitlin Clark. She's a great athlete, and I got to give up my hat off. And she is elevated probably more so the WNBA than any other player in the past. Okay, I don't even watch the WNBA. She's making me watch the WNBA because she's just fantastic. And then this other girl with the pointing and stuff like that. I just think that's hilarious. She's standing up. She's an athlete. Take all that other garbage and throw it out the window and throw it at the thing. Don't interject stuff. All it is have a fair game. It's sports. Okay, when you start there were people interjecting stuff about the World Cup with Argentina and stuff like that. No, just keep to the sports. I know people have their opinions, and I'm not. Uh, everybody should have their opinions and stuff, but I just there's some opinions that I totally agree to disagree with and stuff like that, and move on. So I guess that's why I'm not really doing Good More or Hello America. As far as there's some news items I could talk about and stuff like that, and give you my opinion. But I think people have known me for a while. They know what my opinion is. Um, Basically, I was in the military, so I have basic core values. They don't change, folks. I know there's some military folks that their values change and they go off the deep end, like that nutcase up in Maine that I guess bowed out and he should have never been. Um, Well, he was voted in by the primary, so I got to respect that and stuff like that. But I think he was a nutcase where he's um, saying that he wishes a fellow veteran die, and he didn't deserve the Purple Harp. It's like that right there, that statement right there, what he said, and I've seen him say it on. It's just atrocious. It's just the bare facts. If you're not even looking at the bare facts, well, everybody guys got this gobbledygook and stuff like that, and that's what it is. You just look at it through a clear lens. We can't. There's a lot of things I don't like in this world, but I have to, I have to tolerate them and stuff like that. The tolerance is when people don't have tolerance and they think they can take the law into their own hands and all this other crap for other issues, I should say. And the other one is okay. LeBron James is going to Philly, so okay, he's going to Philly. Big BFD. He's a basketball player. He's a great basketball player. Is he greater than Michael Jordan? My opinion, no. Michael Jordan, the greats from the past, you cannot compare them with the good players that are going on now. Maybe down in history, let the next generation. For me, Michael Jordan will always be the greatest player in the NBA. And I'd like to say Larry Bird. Larry Bird was one of the greats, but even Larry Bird would probably end up saying that Michael Jordan was the greatest. Magic Johnson was right there behind him too. You know why he is great, in my opinion? Look at how many championships he has. That's all. I think the greatness goes to how many championships did you bring to your team? Okay, you play great and stuff like that. Are you great? Yeah, you're a great player, but that little bit that's up above that is how many championships do you have? And I'll just leave that at that. Hey, there she is. Hey, good morning, Tina. Waking up late. Tony beat you into the chat there. Good morning, Tina, our Jersey girl, and Tony and Tina says good morning. Good morning, Tony, Tina. Yeah, there you go. The missus just got up, so and as far as that goes, so I listened to some commentary several broadcasts, and I just sometimes I wonder why I even watch and pop in on some of these broadcasts. I guess I care about people to make sure they're good. And Tina says good morning to Tony and the missus. And what else did we? What did we do? Oh, we did Lord of the Rings online. So we got our fifth broadcast in yesterday from on Lotro and stuff. We did 2 hours, about 2 hours and 13, 14 minutes or something like that. So that was a good broadcast. I don't know why this Rumble still my Rumble on the new tablet, it seems to stall out. I think it's because I got the earbuds and it shuts it off shuts it off. Let's see. Gonna reposition. Let's see. Let's check our audio. Okay, we're good on the audio. So, and I got everything going pretty good as far as that goes. So we had a good broadcast as far as the gaming and stuff like that. We got some good turnouts and stuff. We got like was it 58 views over there on the um, on Rumble. And over there on YouTube, what do we get on the YouTube? I think I was pretty impressed with the YouTube. I look at the numbers periodically, and I have to say, I guess I'm legitimately can say that my views over on YouTube, they have gone up slightly. We had 23 views on the Locho. Now the a Saturday look at things on Saturday, they only got 2 views on YouTube, but overall, 62 for the Starship. And they average anywhere from 6 to 15, but we've been getting up in the 20s, 30s, and stuff like that. And we are I'm seeing an increase on YouTube, which is good. And I think what it is because I'm being consistent with. Let's see what this. Oh, that's at 818. Okay, so my my total views for the year. Let's see, what's that? 818. So that went up 5 from yesterday. You got to have 3,000 views. See, I'm eligible for the I guess to monetize on YouTube, but I have the number of subscribers, no problem. I do 3 videos in the last 90 days. I do more than that in the last 90 days. But what it is the watch hours. I don't do the shorts and stuff like that. You need 3 million views in the last 90 days. And I say that's ridiculous. But it comes down to where I'm looking at the valid public watch hours. I've got 818. That's been up as high as 1,500. So I'm watching it. You need 3,000. So I think by the end of this year, I should have 1,000. And it's going to be a slow boat on the YouTube, which is okay. But that's just something I guess I'm starting to look at um, as a broadcaster to keep track of as far as my progress and as far as that goes. So those are the things I'm looking at as far as so we had fun doing the live stream on the Lotro. I always enjoy that, but I was getting a little worried because I didn't start until the 17th broadcasting that. So, but we're on the last week of this month as far as that goes. So, um, uh, how did we sleep last night?
Not too bad. How about you?
Good, good as far as that goes. So, just she's in. It's a Monday. She's happy. That's good. I don't know. We're waking up over the weekend. There, we just sort of like it's like so. Well, let's see. We got 5 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 2 people on Twitch, 2 people on YouTube, and over on X Live where we're broadcasting again over there. I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, we got 2 viewers. We got 2 viewers on X Live. Thank you very much. Good morning, X Live. As far as that goes, good to have you back up on the board there and stuff. I don't think I'm going to be doing Facebook Live. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Or Kick. I could slap them in there and stuff like that. I don't know, just to go. I guess I'm getting that notion to go ahead and do 7 platforms again. As far as, but you can do 7 platforms on Rumble, and I am an avid Rumble user, and this is no read ad campaign. I just love talking about Rumble. Rumble's a good product, and it's been good for me. We've been having our little issues and stuff, but live streaming is like that. If you don't get cut off, there's some people, some broadcasts I see that um, they're broadcasting, but they pixelate it out and stuff like that. I think the most part we don't really have those type of issues and stuff like that. And I really enjoy using Rumble. It's a great platform. I've been doing some read ad campaigns, so we're slowly going towards a. I've only had one payout, but it's a slow process because I'm sort of like on the low end of but we're getting there. The numbers are raising and stuff like that, and we're getting a couple extra pennies here and there and stuff. Not that I'm in for the money, but it's just um, so it got me thinking, what happens if I was to go full blown a big time content creator, as they call them and stuff, which I don't think will happen. But let's just say I was like maybe not even a half, maybe a quarter of that type level and stuff. Those money I'd be doing probably more live streaming broadcasts because it costs money to for me to live stream from the phone because I have a pay as you go, a la carte type of um, uh, account service. I guess I use TrackPhone, so you have to pay for your data, and I think for a 1 hour broadcast, it's like $10 to use on the phone. So that's why I stick with the Wi-Fi close to home. If I do a now occasionally once in a while, I might do one or two. I think the last one I did it was a walk on the golf course, and that was like this past spring or was it last year? It might have been last year. So I'm looking at different aspects of growing the channel here or whatever. What's that one? Oh, was it Glick's? Nonsensical Nonsense. He calls himself a network. I think everybody, if you're doing more than one different show, like I do this show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I do the gaming, and then um, but I also do the audio podcast over there on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich. You got your own network, you know. Uh, our good friend Glick isn't the only one that has a network onto his own. You know, he's living this dream that he's the greatest of them all and stuff like that. Yeah, in your mind you are, but you're just another broadcaster. No, he's a good guy. He's got a good a good thing. I pop in on his things. He does his what is it? The mainstay for his so-called network is his Saturday night, and I pop in there and watch and stuff like that. It, it's a I won't say he has some individuals that are very interesting and down to earth in a sense that they're real people. Okay, they're real people and stuff like that. So, but Glick is a good guy. He's over there in nonsensical nonsense and stuff and such. But I watch quite a few. I listen to quite a few podcasts too, and then some of them I'm wondering now that people that create audio. I'm wondering why am I listening to this? It's to be aware of it and stuff like that. I don't agree and stuff like that on some of these podcasts, but it's to know what other people are thinking. It's nothing, try to be an open mind. I disagree totally with what they're saying and stuff like that, but I'm trying to understand where the person's coming from and stuff like that. I think that's all you can do, to be honest with you, as far as to try to be honest. And if you don't agree, you don't agree and stuff. But it's interesting. And that's what this world is all about. People aren't the same. We may get a group of people that think the same and stuff like that, but people are actually quite different from each other and stuff like that. I see that on a daily basis between the missus and me and stuff. And we're on our 40th anniversary. We're going to be on our 40th anniversary this October, of being married and stuff, being a couple and stuff like that. And if we had some boom, 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 yeah, she wins. No, she wins them all pretty much. I guess I just come to a compromise as far as that goes. But she knows I do not compromise on my values and stuff. I come to an agreement to where I get along with people, even though their differences are totally on the opposite side of the coin as mine, as far as that goes. You can't just write off people that are family, that are friends, and that are coworkers just because they did this and did that. It's hard to do, but I try and do it. That's all you can do is try. Okay, let's see. The weather here, it's summertime. And Jack, let me open the window for you. What we got? We got fog out there. Yeah, we got a foggy day, foggy morning, I should say. I don't normally open the curtains, but Jack is right there behind the right behind the disk drive here, the Commodore 1541 disk drive. And let's see, our current temperature. Where's our current temperature here? Let's see, it's on the Surface 3 here. We got 64 degrees Fahrenheit. The humidity is coming back in. Could feel the humidity yesterday after the rainfall, the thunderstorm that we had yesterday right after dinner. Was that before dinner? I think it was after dinner. 64 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to 17 degrees Celsius here. The humidity is coming back, which that's the one thing I don't like about summer is the humidity. As a kid, I could care less about the humidity. When you get older, the humidity kills you, I guess. So let's see what kind of day it is. It's a foggy morning. So, and in August, we will be counting. I got to remember this. We got to, this summer, I've only seen two. One for sure. I think I've seen two monarch butterflies. So the monarch butterflies, I have not seen that many. I haven't seen that many butterflies at all. One thing I've seen a lot more bees. The way I'm cutting the lawn is that we got clover. The clover flowers are coming in like the grass. I don't cut it really, really short. I leave like a little bit, like a half inch and stuff. But the clover, I see a lot of the bees out there buzzing around. So, but the butterflies, I haven't really seen that many. But in August, we'll be keeping account on the how many foggy days there are, because the foggy days, and I also make a count. I start the count of how many monarch butterflies because we have monarch butterflies that fly southwest starting. Actually, it's actually middle of August, end of August. They'll fly this way, and they'll be flying. I used to say fly over the cornfield. Well, this is going to be all pasture land because the new owners of the farm next door here that own this 15 acres that are next to my 1.3 acres. Um, uh, they're just going to make it a pasture, and they're going to make the farm hopefully a new. They have to keep. They're an organic farm, so they got to keep it pastured for like 3 years because to get it back into an organic state, I guess. So then there's a possibility they may be fencing it in to bring the cows. So I may be going out here and I may be live streaming. And I'll have a cow sitting right behind me on the fence on the back property here, right at the end of my current backyard, and then you got the field back there. They used to be a cornfield. I don't talking to the new owner, one of the new owners there, their brothers. Their game plan is to maybe fence it in. I said, you can fence mine. You can take a fence down off my property. It's a temporary thing. He said, yeah, we can do that, Rich. And so I said, I don't have a problem. Now my neighbors might have a problem with it, but I could care less. It's my property. But it'd be cool to see cows back there again. And they have a farm on the other side of the village, outside the other side of the village, and they have like 200, close to 200 head of milking cows. So that'll be cool to see them out there. I don't know about you got to bring up the subject. Well, what about the smell? Because cows do go to the bathroom, the manure and stuff. It's like, well, it's farm. That's part of having a farm, I guess. Let's see. Today we're going to have cloudy early with scattered thunderstorms developing this afternoon. High of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain is 40%. Winds right now, from what the trees are telling me, they're calm right now. Okay, where are you going, Jack? Oh, you're going to lay down on your pillow? Okay. Lay down on your pillow. Sun rose this morning at 5:54 a.m. So that's it's currently 6:16 a.m. right now with the early start. So that was 22 minutes ago, 23 minutes ago. It's just getting ready to go change to 6:17. So 5:54 a.m. the sun rose and is up, and will be setting later tonight, this evening at 8:31 p.m. So we're losing a minute. So we're on the downhill side of summer. Summertime, summertime, summertime. And let's see, they got possible thunderstorms slated here for like 1 o'clock, between 1 and 4. So we'll see how they develop. The storm that we had yesterday, late afternoon, actually it was right after. I think it was after dinner. Um, yeah, it was after dinner. Yeah, the storm we had yesterday, that was a pop up, but there was a frontal system that was coming through though. Let me check my audio. Audio's still doing good. Okay, so we'll see what happens on that front. Let's go to our world times and temperatures as I speak. Starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:18 a.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:18 a.m. Clear skies, and here's the temperature: 97 degrees at 3:18 in the morning in Phoenix. It's a hot one in Phoenix. Of course, they have a big thunder dome, or heat dome, I guess. Thunderdome, no, a heat dome over the north, in the central portion of the United States there. So temperatures are pretty high. Chicago, Illinois at the Windy City at 5:18 a.m. 79 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's raining in Chicago. Down in the concrete jungle of New York City at 6:18 a.m. It's 6:18 a.m. here in upstate New York, southern tier of upstate New York. We got cloudy skies with a little clear, with a little sun peeking through, and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony is at, um, 76 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Georgia, 91 for the high, 75 for the low, mostly cloudy. And down there in central Jersey, where Tina is at, 59 for the high, 84 rain. Okay, so possible rain down there in New Jersey also. So we'll see what happens there. Thank you for the temperatures there in Georgia and New Jersey, Tony and Tina. TNT with the weather update in their neck of the woods. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean at 11:19 a.m. in London, UK, cloudy skies, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia at 12:19 p.m. Mangia, 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 lunchtime in Milan. Beautiful city. Sunny and clear in Milan. And it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Let's see. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:20 p.m. Sunny and clear, 88 degrees Fahrenheit in Kuala Lumpur. And over the skies of Tokyo, Japan at 7:20 p.m. in their evening. Cloudy skies, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Down under on the great continent, great country, and great friend and ally to the United States, Australia is in Melbourne at 8:20 p.m. Cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Sydney, Australia at 8:20 p.m. Clear skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm just thinking of that, and then out west there, California, Washington, Oregon, Arizona, they you don't hear any reports of wildland fires. I guess this weekend they had a really hopefully I haven't heard any updated news, but Saturday I guess there was reports of a major wildland fire in France and Spain that's inundating over 200,000 people. So that's a pretty big fire, wildland fire, and those are talked about it on what's that program I started there on the weekend. A Saturday look at things or something like that on Saturday's broadcast. Is that's what it's called? Let me see. I wrote it down. I got my notes here as far as that goes. Yeah, Saturday look at things. We talked about that. Our good friend from new friend, I guess, Brant. Excuse me, Pran. The individuals from India was in on that broadcast and asked if I from a firefighter perspective. I've been, just so you know, I've been out of the firefighting gig for well over 15, 18 years now. As I hung up my helmet, my coat, and my boots there, my firefighting boots, at about 15 plus years ago as a volunteer. I was 20 years in the Air Force as an aircraft rescue firefighter, also a firefighter. I fought wildland fires when I was in the United States Air Force. Biggest one I ever fought was out there in Kansas. It was a range fire. They called us for help, and the base commander said, fire department guys, if they're not on duty, if they want to go, they can. We're allowed to go, and we all got an achievement medal for showing up. For the most part, we weren't in the main battle. We were doing mop-up operations and stuff like that. But you could see the range fire, and it was. But I've seen my share of wildland fires to where even as a volunteer, they're a taxing fire. The worst fire is when you have a loss of life, but after that, there's the wildland fires. You got a regular grass fire, brush fire, that's okay. But when they're a wildland fire, that's freaking huge, folks. But I was in the Air Force from 1977 to 1997 for 20 years as a firefighter, and I was a volunteer. About 5 years. I was a firefighter when I was 16, and was it 15? Maybe it was 15. Anyway, and then I was a volunteer after I got out of the service for 15 plus years. But I've been out of the firefighting thing. I still try to be aware of what's going on in that particular field, and especially with the ongoing fires, because they're always going to be with us. And so it's interesting. And the advances in technology that they do have, and so as far as that goes. Okay, so there's our world times and temperatures. We do have a thought for today, and our thought for today is from a great American businessman, former CEO of Apple. I didn't really like this guy. I don't really like him. I can respect him because he's an individual that created jobs for millions of people. Okay, good working jobs, just like another individual that that launched his company launched a rocket that is going to help America get to the moon and also to Mars, and that's Elon Musk. So I put Steve Jobs and Elon Musk in the same category. They're great entrepreneurs and we're providing jobs for millions and millions of people. I know there's people that have a bitch about Elon Musk and all that, but I could say the same thing about Steve Jobs in a manner of speaking. Some people say, "Well, you can't compare the two." Yes, I can. They're both businessmen. They provide jobs, and they have two great companies. I'm not an Apple fanboy or anything, but I can see that Apple is a great company, and you can't say that SpaceX isn't a great company. Look at the people that work for it. Look at the people that work for Tesla. Oh, okay. So that's where people they don't want to. They bought a Tesla when Elon was okay before he bought Twitter. Now, oh, he bought Twitter. Oh, we got to get rid of our Tesla. Talk about being, I don't know. I think it's a little pathetic myself, but that's just my opinion. Let's just leave it at that. But for Steve Jobs, our thought for the day for him, and Steve Paul Jobs was a central figure in the entertainment and technology industry. That's primarily because of the Apple um, um, iPod Touch, the iPhone. See, I've got an iPod Touch right here. This is an iPod Touch right there. There's my iPod Touch that I've had right there. You can see that it says iPod Touch. I still have it on the desk as far as that goes, and a great piece of technology. Just because at that time I thought Steve Jobs was a shit, I'm not going to buy one. No, hell no, it's good technology, and but when the shoe's on the other foot for other people, it's just like they don't want to have anything to deal with it, which I can't comprehend. It's just ridiculous. But Steve Jobs, again, a pioneer of the personal computer revolution, Jobs and Steve Wozniak, and I give credit for if they did not have Steve Wozniak, there would not be any Apple. But I think with Steve Jobs, he facilitated the teams and all that. But Steve Wozniak, he's the one that built the hardware for the first Apple computer and stuff like that. And they founded Apple Computer Company in 1976, and they worked out of their garage as far as that goes. And they had something like 346 patents, I guess. And Job wasn't an inventor himself. His strength was business, marketing, and understanding engineering behind it. So he wasn't an engineer, but he understood creating a team. And that is the same attribute that Elon Musk has. He created a team that made greatness as far as that goes. So again, in my opinion, they're both in the same boat. But Steve Jobs' quote and our thought for today this morning, let me get to it here real quick, goes as follows. And here it is. It is your time is limited. So don't waste it living someone else's life. Exactly true. Too many people today want to live somebody else's lives or take up their causes or something like that. They should think about it. It's like, do I really want to do that? Your time is limited. So, and Steve Jobs, he knew that very first-handedly because he died early. He passed away he passed away too young. He was only how old was he? I thought they had this here on there. Let's see. Usually they have the age here. Well, he was born in 1955, so he would have been 70. Okay, so he passed away in October 5th, 2011, and it was a shame. As much as I didn't really care for him personally, I did not wish him to. He was a great guy. So what did he mean by that? He meant that life is short, so you should stay true to yourself instead of following society's expectations. Too many people grasp on other ideas from other people and stuff like that, which is not bad. Okay, to form your own idea, but social expectations, parental pressure, or people's rules. He shared this message in his Stanford Commemorance address, inspiring people to find their own path. Find your own path because you become a better person and a greater person, I think. So we say thank you to Steve Jobs. God bless you, sir, and Godspeed. I don't. I don't know. I'd sit down with. I don't know. I don't know. Steve Jobs, he just was a real hard ass, I guess, when you look at his life as far as the movies and that portray him and stuff like that. Um, but he's okay, just like Elon. For me, Elon's okay. Other people can't stand Elon, but yet they like Steve Jobs. They're almost cut of the same. They got two different paths, but they're businessmen as far as that goes. And okay, so there's our thought for today. Let's see, our national day today. Let's see what we got here. I got a little piece of. We had some broccoli with the Chinese dish. The missus made an Asian dish, I should say. Some noodles and some was it turkey and broccoli. And I got a little piece of broccoli stuck in my throat here. Little piece. That's the only thing I can think I got stuck in my throat there and stuff. Let's see our national day today. Let's see what do we got. We got National Love is Kind Day. Yeah, love is kind. Be kind. Be love people. Be kind. Okay, throw National New Jersey in the garbage. We don't do national days. Um, National Korean War Veteran Amnesty Day. That's today is the anniversary of the armistice. It was never a settled war. It's still ongoing, if you will. There was just an armistice. They just stopped fighting. I think that's what we're trying to do in Iran between the United States and Iran and stuff. But let's go with this one. I don't drink this stuff. I guess we had National Tequila Day last week, so I have tried Scotch. National. Nah, let's don't go with that. Let's. What are we going to go with? Um, let's go with National Korean Armistice Veteran Armistice Day. I might have to put the flag out today. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I think that's a better one. I can relate to because I've been to Korea. I lived in Korea for a year. I was stationed there for a year at Osan Air Base, and from '84 to '85, and it was pretty unique. You get off the airplane, and the first thing that hits you is the smells of the beautiful country of South Korea. The 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 farmland smell. It's pretty potent, folks. You get used to it. Hashtag Korean War Veteran Armistice Day. National Korean War Veteran Armistice Day commemorates the end of the Korean War on July 27th, 1953, and those who served during this often forgotten war. And that's what it's nicknamed. It's nicknamed the Forgotten War. We always remember the Civil War, World War One, World War Two, and then we jump right to the Vietnam War. Well, there was a war in between. It was a Korean War. On July 25th, 1950, the first war of the Cold War era erupted when North Korea forces crossed the border into South Korea. The war would last 3 years, involving troops from around the globe and costing millions of lives. So it was just right. It was right there on the peninsula, but you had Korea, North Korea had China and Russia, Soviet Union at that time backing them, and then South Korea had the United States along with the United Nations. I guess they were a legitimate outfit back then. I don't take too much stock in the United Nations now. It's just like the European Union. I think they're a bunch of hacks. There's as much as we've done for the world, the United States and stuff like that, they shit on this country, and I don't really care for that. So, but anyway, the United States and the United Kingdom, France, Australia, Germany, Japan, Russia. Russia was part of it, and over 40 countries contributed troops. Russia? No, I don't think Russia. They were supplying pilots for this. North Koreans did not have an air force, so it was North Korean pilots that were, or there was Soviet Union pilots that were flying those MiGs. Um, there's I've seen enough history on the Korean War to know that. Um, The war claimed approximately 3 million casualties, that's the bad thing. War is just, we shouldn't have wars. And deadliest of the Cold War era. Since the war started as a state conflict, the media and civilians showed less um, initial interest in the Korean War. It was basically, they said, "Oh, that's over in Korea." There was no great mobilization at home, no massive buildup of war machine, no shortage of gas, food, or products during that wartime. Well, look at, we got a Korean or Iranian conflict going on. We freaking price of gas is through the roof, which makes me wonder. We don't get any fuel from there from the United States, but the world, that affects the world markets. We should just say no. We're on our own market. The United States, it's just well, it's the gas companies. Those are the real, just making a buck on the war. Um, but let's see, no impact on the daily lives of Americans at home. President Harry S. Truman never issued a declaration of war, and when the veterans came home, most were silent. Many served in World War II, and some would go on to serve in the Vietnam War. After the World War II victories, multiple victories were declared. However, the Korean War ended in a stalemate, and it did. They said, "Well, this is the line. You guys stay." I guess the 32nd parallel, as far as that goes. So we honor those veterans, and I do still see some Korean War veterans when I'm out and about in the department store, supermarket. They have that, the military hats. Very rarely do I see a World War II guy. Very rarely, and the Korean War. So the older ones are I see a lot of Vietnam vets, and even they're not as much and stuff like that. And okay, Tina says, "Love Kind Day." Yeah, you love that one. Okay, okay, you're the boss. I'm not the boss. I just run the show, Tina. I can change as far as that goes. Yeah, that would be it. No, I got, yeah, being a veteran, I got to honor the veterans. So the National Korean War, and for the Forgotten War, and that the Korean War is but we should remember um, the people that went over there, they were fighting for freedom, and then all this other crap starts boiling up and stuff. People not caring about it and stuff like that. It doesn't impact us and stuff. So, and you can't say that today. You get a sniffle in one country and it affects the whole world. So there it is. It's hashtag National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. And armistice, I mean, they just decided, we'll stop fighting. Since then, during his first term, President Trump visited North Korea. He stepped across the DMZ. I don't see why other people don't realize how huge that is for peace. He didn't capitulate or anything. Say, "Hey, let's talk. Let me step across." And that was a symbolic thing that in itself did not get the full recognition it should have, because you know why? There's a shitload of people, ignorant people, that don't like Trump. They can't separate the two things. Okay, you don't like him, that's fine, but look at what he's done. He crossed the line. Okay, granted that North Korean leader is a murderous cutthroat and stuff like that, just like the Iranians regime is. But we still got to talk. And he tried making talking peace, but there's other people that want to throw crap into the mix and stuff, and with their opinions and all that and stuff like that. It's just like, um, it just I don't know, when for 40 plus years, Iran was killing Americans, and we just sort of like, we should talk, it's just like somebody beating you. Finally, I've had enough. Let's whack them. That's all you can do. So but what's being done over there, from what my view is, it's being effective. We're letting them know that there's some countries, all they can respect is the other person's strength. We don't have strength when you're killing thousands of Americans. We just sit there. Well, we should need to talk in peace and stuff. No, we're going to throw bombs at you too, but we're going to throw them at military targets. So I get off my soapbox here. Let's see. Tomorrow we're going to be doing. It's the every other Tuesday. It's the last of the second Mixcloud broadcast. We'll be doing that tomorrow, as far as that goes, and where I present 8 songs over there on Mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts and stuff. And I already have a couple good songs already on the list. I'll be finalizing the list today and stuff, and get that prep for the show, and that'll be posted on X and all those other fine social media platforms. Let's see, who do we have on X here? Do we have? We got 2 viewers on X still, okay, and let's see, we got 4 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 3 people on Twitch, 1 person on YouTube. The X indicator up there doesn't show the number because I think Rumble doesn't have the AP to bring that number into it and stuff for some reason. That's where Elon's a schmuck. He's like, get your act together. You got X up there. Let's see the numbers. Oh, almost out of coffee here. So let's see. Let's get to the 100 years ago with Roger Luther there on Fox 40. I'll do that here, and then we'll go on a break. We've been on for an hour almost. 58 minutes. Wow. Okay, let's see. Let's bring this up. 100 years ago on Fox 40 is the local Fox affiliate up there in Vestal, New York. And we have one for July 24th, 2026, which was for Friday. And this is 100 years ago. And let's go ahead and bring this up here on the board, on the stage, I should say. Oh, there's Pran. Hey, good morning, Pran. Yeah, we have a good start to our day. #positive start today. #PSTTD. We got a good start. Hope you're having a good day. There's Pran over in India. Thank you, Pran. Appreciate it. Let's see. We want to go this way. Okay, there we go. We're glad to see you here. Good morning. Pran started watching us, and he followed me last week there on Twitch. So good to have you here. Okay, let's see. 100 years ago, and again, I have no affiliation with Fox 40. We are looking at this to see what it was like 100 years ago here in the southern tier of upstate New York, primarily around the Binghamton area. And this is for information only for the viewers there, so you can learn a little history of where I live at here. So let's give this a listen here.
Now we're taking a step back in time with a look at the big headlines from this day 100 years ago. Here's Broome County historian Roger Luther, and it's brought to you by AVRE.
100 years ago today, property owners on Beethoven Street and Seminary Avenue filed a complaint today about the noise made by the merry-go-round at Recreation Park. They complained that with their windows open on recent hot nights, they were annoyed by the loud, jazzy music. Willis Sharp Kilmer yesterday made a gift of $1,000 to the annual Salvation Army campaign. Police have received several reports about lockers being broken into and robbed at the bathhouses of this city. And finally, 2 men were injured yesterday when the truck they were driving ran into a ditch as they were trying to dodge a chicken running across the highway. The truck owned by the Coca-Cola Company landed upside down. The area was heavily littered with pop bottles, and the chicken was not injured. That was the news, July 24th, 1926.
The big takeaway on that one, the chicken was not injured. Oh, that's unreal. That is unreal. Let's see. What was that one again? Let's see. 2 men were injured yesterday when a truck. This is 100 years ago now, okay? So it's an old beat-up truck, probably a Model T. They were driving, ran into a ditch as they were trying to dodge a chicken running across the road. Truck owner it was a Coca-Cola company, local Coca-Cola, landed upside down, and the area was heavily littered with pop bottles. The chicken was not injured. Oh my God. That is funny. That is funny as far as that. Oh, you're welcome, Pran, as far as that goes. Appreciate it. Let's see. Police received several reports of lockers being broken into, robbed at the bath. They had bathhouses along the Susquehanna there in Binghamton. I can't fathom that because I wouldn't swim in the Susquehanna. William Shark Kilmer made a gift of $1,000 to the annual Salvation Army. $1,000 back in 1926 was worth $18,867.34 by today's value. So he donated $18,000. So that's a lot there. And then, then we started off with a good one, the merry-go-round. The Binghamton, Broome County, Binghamton area that's known as the Carousel merry-go-rounds. Carousel, that's what they're called. They're the carousel capital of the world because they got 6. They're going to have a 7th one in Vestal, but they have 7 working carousels they were more than 100 years old. But this one back 100 years ago in Recreation Park, and I've ridden on this merry-go-round as a kid. Complained of the noise. Probably they had music and stuff like that. And I think on this one, you used to be able to get the brass ring. If you were on the outer horse, you could reach out to grab the ring and get a brass ring as far as a prize. So there it is, 100 years ago with Roger Luther. The chicken survived. That's a good one. Okay, let's see. In other history today, it was 86 years ago. The Bugs Bunny, the wisecracking Warner Brother cartoon, first debuted in animation short entitled A Wild Hare. How come that's not coming up? Oh, there it is. Get some water here. Yeah, the Wild-Eyed Rabbit there, Bugs Bunny, supervised by Fred Tex Avery. It featured a hunter named Elmer Fudd, who's always trying to get well, let's see. Let's go ahead and remove that. Okay, who was always trying to get that rabbit, that rascally rabbit, he would say. And let's see. The pair became beloved and debuted and received an Oscar nomination for Best Animated Short. So one of the Looney Tune cartoons here. Again, today marked the end of this when the U.S., China, and North Korea signed an armistice agreement 3 years after North Korea invaded South Korea, and the United Nations, with the United States as a principal force, came to the aid of the South Koreans, while Communist China and Soviet Union supported the North. And let's see, cricket player Titch Freeman became the only bowler ever to take 200 first-class wickets before the end of July and back in 1928. I don't understand cricket. In 1984, the rock music film Purple Rain starred Prince was released. And it was back in 1984. Pete Rose passed Ty Cobb for the most career singles with 3,503, getting the hit against his former team, the Philadelphia Phillies. It was back in 1995. The Korean War Memorial was dedicated on this day in Washington, D.C. And 1999, Tom Hanks, one of the most successful Tony Hawk, one of the most successful vertical skateboarders. It said skateboards. I don't think Tom Hanks was a skateboarder, but Tony Hawk was a world-class skateboarder. Spun 2.5 times and landed the 900 at the X Games, become the first person ever to do that. And let's see on the other one here. What do we got in the comments here? Tina saying hi to Pran there. Thank you, Tina. And Tina could relate. She used to love getting the brass ring. Yeah, they used to be a novelty, and then they took it away. Wabbit, he used to say. Yeah, the wabbit, they're rascally rabbit. And Pran saying hi to Tina. And look who comes in right now. It's there's Farmer from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Farmer. Love the flags. God bless America there. Love the flags on Rumble. Thank you very much. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you got a good start to your day out there in Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And it's right across the border from Olean, New York, a good old USA city. And he lives right across the New York Penn line from Olean, which is home of St. Bonaventures, but he's down across the Penn line a little northeast of there. It's about 2.5 hours from where I'm at right here, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Tina's saying good morning to Farmer. Okay. And glad to have you here. Oh, did I say deplorable? Oh, Farmer. Oh, my God.
Get it together.
What's that?
Get it together.
Yeah, the business says get it together. Farmer, I apologize. Farmer is actually from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Yes, I did get you mixed up with deplorable. Deplorable's the one. I am very much sorry, sir. Sorry. What a bonehead I am. Jeez. You're from East California. Yeah. Farmer is down there in the Commonwealth of Virginia, otherwise known as East California. And I mixed them up. Yes, he's laughing, lots of laughing. You can call me a bonehead. I can take it. Oh, I just became. I went into my my character of Ray. That's right. He's in California East California. So he's laughing his ass off. I can see him laughing right now. And Tina said, I did not catch that, Rich. Yeah, but I guarantee he's laughing. Look at this. So he's got three emotions. He's laughing his ass off. And even Pran is laughing. So I make mistakes. I move on. It's good for a laugh. Okay. In other history, let's see. Let's finish up the history here. In 1789, President George Washington signed a measure establishing the Department of Foreign Affairs, which was the forerunner to the Department of State. And 1866, Cyrus W. Field finished laying a first successful underwater telegraph cable between North America and Europe. And 1909, during the first official test of the U.S. Army's first airplane, Orville Wright flew himself and a passenger, Lieutenant Frank Lamb, above Fort Myer, Virginia, for 1 hour and 12 minutes. And let's see, I think that's about it. Oh, okay, it was on this day. It was in 1980, on day 267 of the Iranian hostage crisis. The deposed Shah of Iran passed away at a military hospital outside Cairo, Egypt. He was only 60 years old. I'm older than the Shah was? Wow. And that's it for history as far as that goes. In sports, all we got is baseball, folks. That's all we got until NFL preseason starts. I'm not even going to do Canadian football. I just, you guys don't even know what I'm talking about. You know who the New York Yankees are. We know who the New York Mets are because I know Tina's a fan. I'm a fan. she's not a fan of the New York Yankees, but I like both. They're here in New York. Let's see. Last Friday, the New York Yankees won against the Phillies 1-0. Okay, there we go. That's a good start right there. And let's see, going into Saturday, we had the New York Yankees win it again. So that's 2 games for the New York Yankees. Okay, 3-1. They beat the Phillies. Did the Mets play? Where are the Mets? I don't see. Oh, the Mets, they lost to the Dodgers 4-3. Sorry, Tina. For Sunday gameplay, the Mets beat the Dodgers. Okay, that's 1-1. Okay, that's cool. Did the Yankees play? Let's see. Yankees lost to the Phillies 11-3. So that's 2-1. And let's see, today. So the Yankees went 2-1. They won the series. The Mets. Let's see. Do the Mets play? The Yankees play the White Sox today at 7:40, and it looks like the Mets are off. And tomorrow we have Mets and Braves. Okay, that should be a good series there. Hopefully the Mets will get their act together, and Yankees and White Sox continue tomorrow. So that's what we have for the next 2 days. So there's our sports there, and okay, let's go ahead and change that. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. And how's our broadcast doing? Oh, let's see. Let me change that to there. We got a good broadcast. Was it 6,148 KBSs? That's good. Okay, and let's see. I think that's it. We're at we're 1 hour and 13 minutes. We got to take a break here, folks. Well, we started early, so that's why we started early, and I got a little wordy, talkative, I guess, opinionated a little bit, if you will. Let's see. But I got to get some more coffee. Hopefully we don't fall off the broadcast here during the break and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and crank up our world view and temperatures here as far as that goes. And we will be right back as far as that goes. So just hang loose, and I'm going to get a cup of coffee here, and I'll be back in a few minutes. So hang loose there. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We're back here for the second half of the Monday morning coffee for 07.27.2026 at Rumble Video Broadcast. I am Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Rumble. What happened there? Oh, we'll just transfer to that one. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. There's our picture of Paris. We'll transfer there. Okay, now we're on the right page. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X. And again, we're starting the second half of the broadcast here. And I got my second cup of coffee. And we got the windows open. As you can see, Jack is over here. You can see a little bit of Jack right there. There he is. He's looking out the window and taking in all the smells there of the morning. And our Jersey girl has left. We'll see you later, Tina. Ciao for now. Okay. She's got a doctor's appointment. Okay. And but we are getting our day started here. Well, this coffee is good, man. This is Love a good cup of coffee here. We got 7 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 2 people on Twitch, 3 people on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. And over there on X Live, where we're live, we're still holding with 2 people over on X Live. So thank you very much. You can see they up there on the, I guess that's what I'm pointing at. Is that where I'm pointing at? Let's see. Where is it at? Okay, there it is. It's right up here. Yeah, there's. We're on 5 platforms, and we're going to stick with 5 platforms for a while. I guess I got the urge to go ahead and broadcast on X Live again. I guess it's just the thing about X Live is the picture stays up there, then it goes after about a week or two. It goes to a link, which the link is still there for the X Live broadcast. I don't know how long they leave that up. I have to go back and check. But I'm going to post this up, the post broadcast. I'll post up probably my blog. I've been doing that on my other social media feeds. I put I post this on the blog also, the Fireman Rich blog, and I put the link on the other platforms. I don't put everything on like I do on X and Facebook, but I do put the shows over there, and it gives me a chance to put the link from the Fireman Rich blog post. So I'll probably do that on the X here too, as far as that goes. And we're saying good morning to PPF. Good morning. Glad to have you here, PPF, on the Rumble. Where's that? Oh, there you are. Okay, there you are. PPF. I'm just going to call you PPF. Okay. Glad to have you here. Good morning to you on the Rumble side there. And great to have you here. Hope your day is starting well and or ending wherever you may be on what side of the world you're on and stuff like that. We're getting our day started here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And start of a new week, working towards the weekend once again. And you know what? I forgot to bring up my web pages here, so let's go ahead and do that while I do the chit chat. We're going to go ahead and look at some news feeds here, local news feeds, like we normally do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the morning coffee, and see what's going on. I tried looking at some of these Saturday with the broadcast, a Saturday look at things, and really there was nothing going on Saturday either. And we didn't really have that much going on the Friday when we looked at these web pages. But they're local web pages that I look at on a daily basis to see what's going on in my neck of the woods here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And I have no affiliation with any of these news web pages. I just present them here on the morning coffee broadcast as information to sort of show you some stories of around where I live at here, and they paint a picture of what the area is like. It's a rural area here, even though Binghamton is a city. It's a small city. It's very small. It's smaller than Syracuse. So let's see. Did I get that one? No. Okay, that's the Penny Saver. Did that come up? Okay, there's the Penny Saver. And let's see. But we got various, a combination of radio stations and news outlets. And I have no affiliation whatsoever with them all. I'm almost done bringing these up. Usually I do this just before I come back from the break. And what's that article? New York braces for Northeastern later this week. A Northeastern already? I don't know. Sometimes this weather, I wonder about the weather. And let's see. That's about it. And let's see. Look at that brief. So we're going to check Fox 40 first. Again, I have no affiliation with any of these web pages. And we got a Broome County hosting 101st Annual Fair next week. Oh, okay. The Broome County Fair starts next week. Of course, the Tioga County Fair starts in August, which is next week. So we got the fairs coming up here. And August is usually the time when they start they show up and stuff like that. So this is on Fox 40. The Broome County Fair returns, and it's what is it? It's 151st. That's pretty intriguing as far as that goes. And hey, there's my good friend. Good morning, Lund 1954. That's my neighbor. We got a chess game today. See your name and I say, yeah, we got a chess game. You're gonna kick my ass tonight, like you did last Wednesday, and stuff like that. Top of the morning, Jim, and the best to your missus there. I hope she's doing fine. I'll probably see you as I'm passing by on the golf course. I'll wave to you at your gazebo. Good to see you. A very good morning to you, sir, as far as that goes. And let's see. And Farmer over on the Rumble side said good morning to PPF. And my good friend, my very good friend, chessmate. We play chess. I play chess with Lud here and stuff like that. That's good. That's good. And Farmer's giving a good morning to my good friend Lud 1954. That's Jim. Okay, he says I can use his name. So good to see you, Jim. That's always a welcome surprise to see you in the broadcast here. And I hope you had a good weekend. And I'm looking forward to our game tonight after dinner. Yeah, Lud 1954, Jim. We played chess Monday and Wednesdays and stuff like that. And I can honestly say, and I've said this before, I'm a better chess player because I'm playing against him and stuff like that. He is very, very, very good chess player. And I have those games are very good. We've been playing for what now? 2 years now, I think. It's been about 2 years now. We've been playing off and on during the wintertime, even though he's right down the road. We play chess. We play online where I sit here. He plays on his tablet there and stuff. But Monday, it's a real treat for me, and he knows this because he this year he before over the winter he built this really beautiful chessboard with drawers in it, and he bought some really gorgeous chess pieces and to complement the board. And I look forward to play on that board. It's a real treat and stuff like that. And even when I lose, I don't mind because it's a very unique chessboard, folks. I guess I just if I can show you my chessboard, I don't think I ever show you. This is my chessboard right here. I got one of these, and this I got tape and a little wire holding it together. So, but by comparisons, if I was to look at the chess pieces. There's the chess pieces, the little plastic things with the magnet on the back. So we should try playing on this board. Jim there, just to finish up with the chess bit, he built a three-dimensional chess. We got another neighbor that last year we ended up a three-way chess, which turned out very interesting. We played a few games there. That was a very interesting aspect. Three-person chess. Is very interesting. So, but looking forward to the game tonight, Jim. Let's see. I think, last week you were white, I was black. So this week I'm white and you're black this week. So if that makes a difference, I don't know. He still kicks my ass. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and look at these web pages here. Let's see, on Fox 40, we're going to be looking at an article about the Broome County Fair returning next week. So let's go ahead and get this one fired up and see what it has to say. And Pran, before we go, he says that chessboard, I got that chessboard when I was over in Japan. And I do have a board. I'm going to have to bring it out one of these. It's called shogi. Shogi is Japanese chess. I can play Japanese chess. It's called shogi, SHOG, shogi, IE, shogi. And I bought that. I was gifted a shogi board in pieces by the a couple Japanese nationals that worked for me, and then I ended up buying a chessboard to teach them how to play chess. They weren't good chess players, but let me tell you, on that shogi board, they kicked my ass. But that's not new. That's old. That's got to be oh god, that's got to be over 20 years old. Didn't you see the repair of the piece of tape? Okay, let's get to Fox 40 here for the fair. Let's give that a listen here and bring it up on the stage. And let's see what we got here. Go ahead and maximize that and give this a listen. Here we go.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Katie Lynn. Broome County is getting ready to welcome back one of its biggest summer traditions. The county is hosting its 151st fair next week. The event celebrates local agriculture while offering family-friendly fun, including livestock exhibits, carnival rides, fair food, and local vendors. Organizers say it's one of the largest events in Broome County, attracting tens of thousands of visitors each year.
If you're a ride enthusiast, an animal enthusiast, a thrill enthusiast, there's always something for you. Or if you're just somebody that likes to come and enjoy the fair food, we have that for you as well. Obviously, we have a number of different vendors for that. But really, it gives folks the opportunity, focusing back on the agriculture, to see where does their food come from? Who are the people working in these fields when I drive by, who are tilling and plowing fields, who are moving cattle, milking cattle, and learning about that.
The event will be held Tuesday, July 28th through Sunday, August 2nd at the Whitney Point Fairgrounds. Admission is free on opening day. After that, general admission is $8, while children ages 2 to 12 are admitted for $2.
So there's the fair. I guess that's the parade with the wagons and stuff like that coming in. There's a carousel right there. That's a fair carousel. That's not one of the ones that are, and that's a newer one. The ones that are I talk about here that being the carousel capital, they're 100 years old. That's more modern one and stuff. So the fairs are returning, and the biggest fair in the state, of course, is the New York State Fair, which will be starting here soon also. So there we go on Fox 40. That's a good give you an idea what the fairs are like. Let's see, what else do we got here? Let's see. Oh, we got Carousel. Rotary Club Johnson City hosts Carousel Day. So let's go give this one a listen. This is talking about the about the carousels. Like I said, there's 6 working carousels here in the southern tier of upstate New York and Broome County there. So let's go ahead and listen to this one. Bring it up on the stage. And there's the young lady again. And we'll give it a listen. I love the carousels. They're one of my favorite things as far as... okay, we'll maximize that and give it a listen. Here we go.
Johnson City hosted an annual festival today celebrating the village's unique carousel history. The Rotary Club of Johnson City hosting Carousel Day at CFJ Park. The event celebrates Johnson City's antique carousel, one of 6 donated by industrialist George F. Johnson to Broome County, helping the region earn its title as a carousel capital of the world. The event also recognizes the Community Advocate Award it received from the Greater Binghamton Chamber of Commerce, honoring grassroots efforts that make a positive impact on local communities. Visitors at today's event got to enjoy a 5K, face painting, balloon animals, food vendors, and more than 30 local vendors.
Oh, okay, that's it. They didn't show the carousel. What the hell? That sort of sucked. You're talking about the carousels, but you don't show the carousels. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. And you can see they have the funnel cakes. They have all the things there. They it's sort of like a mini fair as far as that goes. And let's see. Let me add that. Let me remove that. There we go. There we go. Let me see. What's the first one? Okay, we got that one already. So. But the carousels, there's 6 carousels that were donated by George F. Johnson. I often talk about him. He was the founder, president, CEO of Endicott Johnson Shoes back 100 years ago. Well, back in the 20s and 30s and stuff. and a very good man. And Johnson City is named after him. Endicott Johnson Shoes got its start in Endicott, which is also the birthplace of IBM. A lot of people don't realize that IBM started in Endicott, New York, but G.F. Johnson, who knew Mr. Tom Watson Sr., they were very instrumental in contributing to their communities and stuff like that, as far as that goes. So sort of didn't really care for the fact that they didn't even show the carousel for, it's just like, what kind of article is that? Yeah. But there's six 100-year-old carousels. Now they've acquired a seventh one. Vestal has acquired a seventh one. I guess Vestal wants to be part of that. So there could be a seventh one. Of the six, two of them are down for maintenance now. So let's see, what else do we got on Fox 40 here? And I think that's it for Fox 40. Let's see, WNB or WEBO. Let's see what we have on WEBO for news. No, they talk about the Tioga County Fair is set to start August 11th through the 15th next month. Let's see, WNBF. Let's see, anything on there? No. That's the same as it was Friday. Let's check to see if Bob Joseph has any updated over the weekends. He might. Let's see what he has. Let's see. It'd be WNBF. Bob Joseph. There it is. Let's see what we got there. Nope, he's got the same articles. Same articles on there. So that's let's see. Let's go to channel 12, WBNG. I know there was a house fire. Okay, they do. Crews respond to a house fire. This happened. When did this happen? Oh, let's silence that. Let's silence that right off the bat. Yeah, this is a house fire that happened yesterday on Sunday. Crews were on scene who were working house fire on Cynthia Drive, I guess, at 1 p.m. yesterday afternoon. A second alarm was called. Let me see. Can I skip that? Yeah, I can skip that. Okay. And we had multiple fire departments responded to the fire. So let's go ahead and bring this up. I saw this yesterday when I was looking at the news. So let's bring this up. This is on WBNG again. No affiliation with any of these news agencies that I'm showing you on the web pages. We're just presenting it for information only to show you what is going on here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And let me get the volume up here and we'll give this one a play. Here we go.
Earlier today, over 7 different fire departments traveled to a house fire in Binghamton. Visible flames could be seen coming out of the house on Cynthia Drive. It is reported that thick black smoke was rising from the residence and could be seen from miles away. There's no information about if there was anyone in the house during the time of the fire. There's been no official statement from the town of Binghamton Fire as they still investigate the situation.
Okay, so 1,000 pictures, 1,000 words. 1,000 words. Let me see. Let me get to this here. You can see that the firefighter's up there on the second floor, and there's a lot of white smoke. So that means it's mostly Class A, the wood or wood products and stuff like that. And
in the house.
Okay, there it is. You can see it's all up on the second floor. There's no sense of urgency from what I'm seeing. The group of people standing there, and one person off to the right looking at their phone. The other, you had the chief in the white hat there. You've got some firefighters off to the left above the word Binghamton. Some of them are air packed out. So there's no sense of urgency. They got ladders up. I think this is probably a picture taken when the fire is out, but they're still smoldering. So the fire is evacuated. And you can see that it's not heavy smoke. It's it's just white smoke. So it's basically it might be some contents. You know, when you get a dark smoke, that means there's petroleum products or plastics are involved. And this is white, so it's basically a Class A fire, I would say right now on the second. It looks like it's predominantly up on the second floor, because that's where most of the smoke is at. And and you have multiple ladders up there. So I don't see anything really going into the ground floor there and stuff like that. So they didn't say anything about any injuries or, God forbid, loss of life and stuff like that. So just big inconvenience for the homeowner and stuff like that. But okay, Ludd said good morning to you, farmer, and he's here in the southern tier of upstate New York. To say good morning to you down there in the Commonwealth of Virginia, otherwise known as California East. See, I got that right. Oh, look at this, Willie Billy Silly. Good morning. Willie Billy Silly on the Twitch saying good morning, and he usually pops in. I saw him he was with us yesterday during the Lotro broadcast. So appreciate you, Willie Billy Silly. Glad to have you in watching. Appreciate the views, and thank you for being in the broadcast yesterday. So hope you're having a good start to your day. Hope you had a good weekend also. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I think that's channel 12. Let's see what else we got on channel 12 for and let's see. We talked about the fire. That's a different picture. Is this a different?
This is.
Let me see. Is this an update? Or is this the same picture or same video on the fire? Let's see. This is further down the list here, so this might be an update. Let's see. I got to skip over the. No, it's the same video. Okay, so disregard that. Philip Mansion Museum marks National Carousel Day with Broome County. When was this? This was on the 25th. Oh, Saturday was National Carousel Day. Let's look at this one. We're talking about carousels a lot here. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this one up. Philip Mansion Museum marks National Carousel Day with Broome County Trolley Tour. Yeah, they got a trolley that runs around. I saw that they had that trolley in the Strawberry Festival parade. So, okay, let's give this one a look and listen. Bring it up on the stage. We'll go ahead and maximize it, and we'll give this one I got volume on? Yeah, we got volume. So we'll give this one a listen.
Well, National Carousel Day was celebrated with a ride through Broome County history today as the Phelps Mansion Museum hosted its annual Carousel Trolley Tour, giving guests the chance to visit some of the area's historic carousels while learning about the legacy behind one of the region's most recognizable attractions. The 4th annual Carousel Trolley Tour took 28 guests to 3 of Broome County's historic carousels to celebrate National Carousel Day. Along the route, riders learned about the history of each carousel, took part in trivia, and wrapped up the day with an ice cream stop. While several local carousels were unavailable this year because of an ongoing maintenance, organizers say the event still gave visitors a chance to appreciate a unique piece of Broome County's history.
I hope that they're leaving with a better appreciation of why we're so fortunate to have our 6 carousels here in Broome County. Thanks in part to George F. Johnson and his family that, was gracious enough to leave them here and for people to enjoy and ride for free, all these years later. So.
Organizers say they hope more of the county's historic carousels will be back in operation for next year's National Carousel Day celebration.
Okay, there's the carousels. And,
well, National Carousel Day was celebrated with a ride through Broome County history today as the Phelps.
And right here, that's the trolley bus there that took the tour around, and that was also in the that's a privately owned trolley that I guess you can rent out and stuff, but they use it for National Carousel Day was Saturday. So they went to well, there's 2 of the 6, 2 of them are in repair, and but it's a tour. So the 25th was National Carousel Day. I'm gonna remember that next year so we can go ride the carousel. I love the carousel.
Or I can handle for rides anymore.
That'd probably be the only ride. It doesn't go that fast.
No.
But
goes in a circle though.
Yeah, that's true. But National Carousel Day, a big thing here, and it's a unique thing to have that many carousels within probably about a 10 to 15-minute drive from each of them. And they're over 100 years old, and they're still operational. They're free to go on, and I call it the jewels of the southern tier of upstate New York, as far as that goes. So, but they were donated by George F. Johnson. He's the primary donator from years back that to provide for the people some free entertainment there and stuff. So we appreciate that. He's a good man. Good man. I would have liked to meet the guy, along with Tom Watson, the founder of IBM. Okay, that's okay. There we go. We got that. Okay, that's on WBNG. Let's see what else we have here. Actually got more videos here than we did Friday and even Saturday. I think that's it for yeah, that's it for WBNG. Let's check channel 34. And not seeing anything on channel 34. Not seeing anything on channel 4. Let's see. The Whale. We got anything on the Whale? No, that's the same as WNBF. No real news there. Let's see. WENY out there in Elmira. What do we got out there? Oh, they had a fire. No injuries reported after abandoned Ithaca home catches fire. Oh, let's look at this one. Abandoned home in Ithaca suffered extensive damage. This was Saturday early morning. The Ithaca Fire Department called the 400 block of North Plain Street shortly after 5 a.m. in Tompkins County. 911 was called. Oh, that was a burner. That's an old structure too. That's an old structure. Let's go ahead and present this one up here on the. Let's see, where is it? We'll share that. We'll bring it up on the stage. Maximize it. I know. Start it and maximize it. Here we go. Does it want to go? Let's refresh it. Let's refresh the page. Huh. Doesn't want to go for some reason. Well, that's interesting. What's going on there? I don't know. Let me check it here again. Now let's try it again here. Local.
Early Saturday morning.
Okay, there we go. I got it. We'll bring it up here. And we'll bring it back up on the stage and give it a listen here. No injuries, so that's always good. But this is an old structure. It looks like the flames are coming from the first floor. And we'll see what this is all about. Here we go.
Early Saturday morning, firefighters responded to a house fire on the 400 block of North Plain Street in the city of Ithaca. When crews arrived, they say they found an unoccupied single-family home fully engulfed in flames and smoke. According to the Ithaca Fire Department, firefighters launched an aggressive exterior attack and had the fire under control within about 15 minutes. Then they searched the home to make sure no one was inside, and no one was. Authorities say the scene remained closed for about 7 hours while crews extinguished hot spots and investigators examined the property. Officials say no one was hurt, but the home suffered extensive damage. The cause of the fire remains under investigation by the Ithaca Fire Department and the New York State Office of Fire Prevention and Control.
Okay, that's a burner right there, folks. Now, when he said external fire, they're not going in. They're not going in because that's a shaky. You can see the smoke curling up. So that's a fully involved fire. There's no way they can get into that second floor. It's totally consumed by fire. And they probably searched the ground floor, but it's basically a surround and drown. They're dumping the water in from outside the structure there. So that's a fully involved fire. It looks, again, you look at the flames, it's up on the second floor. There's nothing on the ground floor. So that would lead me to believe that the start of the fire was up on the second floor. That's just speculating. It could indicate, it was intentionally done to get, because it was an abandoned building. So that's something the investigations will look at as far as that goes in the investigation process of a fire. They'll see, okay, what's going on here? Nobody lives here. How'd the fire start? Usually it takes a human being or an animal that accidentally knocks over a candle or something like that, per se. So that's just my take on that for that. So, but again, no injuries, which is good. That's a good thing. No injuries from that fire. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. On WENY, this is a news agency that's out there in Elmira, and I have no affiliation with them. What else we got here? Uruguay, no. Not seeing anything else. Let's see. That's the fire. And that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and check Channel 18 News. What do we got on Channel 18 News? Anything? Golf tips? We don't want no stake in golf tips. Checking. I like to present the videos as far as that goes, and because it gives you a better idea. And oh, Lud, what'd you say? Rest in peace. Let me maximize this a little bit. I had it on 80 for yesterday's broadcast. Ron Hunt of the New York Mets. Let me check that out. I didn't hear about that. Let's check. Let me see. Let me check and see what that is. Ron Hunt of the Mets. Ron Hunt was a gifted second baseman who became the New York became a New York Met. Franchise first ever All-Star game started playing for the New York Mets back in 1963 to 1966. Famously led the majors in getting hit by pitches. He passed away 85. Oh, this is back on July 15th. Okay. God, that was last week, last Wednesday. Yeah, let's see. Let me see what the news. What's the news?
2 weeks ago, dear.
Huh?
Almost 2 weeks ago.
The 15th? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Brandon had to remind me, no.
Oh, okay. It's 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's just like. So Ron Hunt passed away. Just finding out about that. Okay. One of the great Mets players. And that's back in the old days of the New York Mets. Wow, that's something. His career, he played for the New York Mets from 1963 to 1966, finished runner-up in National League Rookie of the Year in 1963, became the first Met to star in an All-Star game during the 1964 Midsummer Classic, selected as an All-Star All-Star again as a Met in 1966. And he passed away, according to the New York Post, dated on the 17th. He was a native of St. Louis. He was 85 when he passed away, folks. He was known for his hard-nosed style of play. Hunt started at second base for the National League in the Midsummer Classic at the old Shea Stadium. Oh, wow. I've been to Shea Stadium many a times. Not in 64. It was later on when I was in high school. His second of 12 seasons in the big leagues, he later played for the Dodgers, Giants, Montreal Expos, and Canadians, finishing with 1,429 hits. So passed away at age 88. God bless you, sir, and Godspeed. Thank you, Ron. Or thank you, Jim. Jim's a Met fan. As far as that goes. So yeah, that's back in he was one of the original players in 1963. Isn't that when the Mets started? Was 63? as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. That's Channel 18. Let's see. Penny Saver. Anything in the Penny Saver of interest? Tioga County dedicates memorial plaque honoring former Tioga County Fire Coordinator John V. Scott. And I knew John Scott. He was a good guy. And let's see. Let me bring up the article here. Is it going to come up? Let me bring up the Penny Saver again. I can't. Let's see. Penny Saver. Because my one tab is not coming up. Okay, I don't look frozen on the things. I guess it's just. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see. The article doesn't want to come up. There's something going on with their webpage. Okay, let's see. KGB. Anything on KGB? Well, here's an article on 92.5 WKGB, which is up there in Owego. It's a rock radio station. And on this article, it talks about a work spent. I saw this news article yesterday. I guess workers spent 6 hours trapped on a 130-foot gas station sign. And the thing of it is, the fire department didn't. I guess that's the one that rescued them. But the boom that was up there got stuck. And let's see. Let's get the verbiage on this one here. And let's see. A maintenance worker spent more than 6 hours trapped in a 130-foot tall gas station sign near Williamton, Illinois, after his lift malfunctioned Tuesday of last week. The sign, located along Interstate 55, proved too tall for local fire department's ladders, which only reached 100 foot. The worker, who was identified as AJ Gao, was performing maintenance on the sign when he became stranded inside one of the enclosure sections. Emergency crews from the Wilmington Fire Department were called and quickly realized their equipment could not reach the top. So rescue efforts were complicated by the sign's height and absence of an internal ladder. You would figure they would have a ladder and stuff like that. But fire officials said Gao appeared to be in good spirits during the ordeal, even offering a thumbs up to rescuers. To reach him, the responders secured a specialized lift from a job site in Joliet, Illinois. The Illinois State Police provided an escort transportate. The lift, it was 17 miles away, and it responded to the scene. Rescue teams used equipment to bring Gao down from the ground. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated for dehydration. He was up there for 6 hours. He couldn't have anything to drink. And that's basically it. So that's one of those tall signs that you see along the intersection or the interstate, as far as that goes. So the local fire department, of course, you figure you got somebody trapped up there. I guess they figure, oh, you're not going to get trapped. You got a hoist. Okay, let's see. Did the Penny Saver come back up? Okay, they don't have any pictures, but John Scott was on Monday, July 20th, which was last Monday. Tioga County officials, representatives from multiple public service agencies across the county, and members of the Scott family gathered at the Comanche Radio Tower site to dedicate a memorial plaque for the Tioga County Fire Coordinator John V. Scott on the 10th anniversary of his passing. And John Scott was a good guy. I've talked to him when I was in the volunteers. He's a good guy, good man and stuff. So let's see. KISS 104, same as WAAL and 92 WNBF. Let's check Spectrum News out here. Let's see what's on Spectrum News. And PP says good morning too. Okay, and then let's see. Pran over in India says floods trigger torrential monsoon rains that killed at least 41 in India's northeast. Excuse me. State official said Thursday as authority. Okay, so they had there's flooding, and that's because it's monsoon season over there in India and over there in Asia, the Philippines. I remember this time of year they got the monsoon. So India and was it Pakistan? Um, they can flood very, very heavily and stuff, and they have lost of lives. Thank you, Fran. Let's see what we got here. Spectrum News. Let's see what we got on Spectrum News. Anything? Just seeing what we have on Spectrum. I don't see anything on Spectrum. Let's see. Let's look at their around the state. Okay, let's see what we got here around the state. Anything? Oh, not seeing anything. Not seeing anything. Not seeing anything. So nothing on Spectrum. Let's go up to our let's see. Car crashes through Burger King in Western New York. This is on Country 106.5 up there in Buffalo, WYRK. Let's give that a look. Let's see what we got here. It's I got two web pages we check out. No affiliation with them, but this gives you an idea what's going on around New York State. And they had I guess they wanted to make a new drive-through. Let's see what this is about. It must have been a crazy morning in Southtown while driving around. The person that wrote this article saw police in the parking lot of a Burger King on the corner of Southwestern and McKinley. And what he saw was crazy. Car crashes through Burger King in Western New York. If you drive by the Burger King on the Southwestern and McKinley, you'll notice this, a big gap hole in front of the restaurant. Check out, there's a video on it. I'm not going to show the video. I'm not sure the whole story, but I think a picture is 1,000 words. I guess somebody lost control of their car and crashed into the local Burger King. And that's over there on Country 106.5 WYRK up there in Buffalo. Again, I don't have any affiliation with them, but that's. I guess they wanted that Whopper a lot sooner than they wanted. They needed and stuff like that. Okay, what else do we have? What's this about New York bracing for a Northeastern? What the hell is that about? Let's go ahead and look at this one here. We'll bring this back up. Northeastern. Usually it's after. Let's see. A Northeastern is expected to bring plenty of rain across New York State this week, while today. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, it's going to be up to 2 to 3 inches of rain.
Oh, okay. So today will be mildly dry. That will change around through the rest of the week. A good thing I got my gutters out. A major Northeastern is expected to bring heavy rain and possible severe weather across New York State. It's expected to impact New York City, which will probably have flooding in the subways, and downstate areas the most, while central New York and western New York will get a light touch. Let's see. The Northeastern is expected to impact the state starting Tuesday, so that's tomorrow. And let's see. Where's that at? That's right here. So what do they got here? Does that? Okay, that's just going with the Northeastern. Okay. So we're going to have a lot of rain. as far as that goes. Let me check. Let's see what the 10-day forecast says. Oh yeah, there's a lot of rain. We got rain, possible rain this afternoon at what time is that? This afternoon at 1:00. Rain tomorrow. We got rain tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're not going to have any rain. That'll probably be when I mow the lawn. And we got rain returning on Sunday, and then next week it'll be sunny. So that's our outlook for the next week as far as that goes. So okay. And let's see, do we got any updated comments? Oh. Hey, Big Juice, 100 years ago. We already had 100 years. You're going to have to, the big story on 100 years ago, that the chicken survived. You'll have to watch it on the replay. And oh, that's that's your that's your account, Jim. Also, okay, gotcha. Your neighbor, me and Lud equal neighbors. Okay, I'll have to talk to you about that. You got a second? Oh, okay, okay. Is this the missus? Is this the missus's account? Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm just saying PPF. That's Jim's better half, I think. Or is it the same account? I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to you about that. We got both of you watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. Love the Rumble logo. Love the Rumble logo. That's cool. You did it 3 times to get my attention. See, when I'm looking at the webpage, I don't have the comments up and stuff like that. So, okay, good. I got some local viewers. That's cool. I like that. Local viewers now. We got a total of 18 people. Where are these 18 people coming from? We got 19 people. We got 3 people on Twitch, 8 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 3 people. So how many people we got on X Live? Is X Live numbers coming in? I've got 4 people on X Live. Where the hell? Let's see. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. Okay, so the number doesn't come up on the X. Where's the X? That would be number 3 for you guys right there. See the X? Is that X right there? The number, but I'm seeing the total count on the client. It says 18, but on here it says 4 because I'm seeing 4 people. So the number does come into Rumble, but because on my client it says 18 total, but this says 14. So that's interesting. Interesting. I just saw something. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's over on Power 93.3. They talk about the same thing, car crashing, and nothing new there. Sports, anything on sports? I guess the Buffalo Bill fans up in the Buffalo area, they're flabbergasted by the progress of the demolishing of the old stadium. And let's see, we got European. Let's see, is this an update? Europe this weekend. Europe over there in France and Spain, they had some wildland fires. Wildland fires across France and Spain have forced more than 330,000 people to evacuate as of this writing. So that's today, including more than 250,000 in France alone, among the country's largest ever peacetime evacuation efforts. The blaze are largely concentrated near France wine making region and central Spain, near the capital of Madrid. I've been to Madrid, nice city. In France, the wildland fires have consumed an area roughly 4 times the size of Paris. A new heat wave this week is expected to fuel the fire spread. So the fires are still going on. Warnings of worse conditions. So those wildland fires, they're bad. They're bad stuff. Bad stuff as far as that goes. Okay, I think that's about it. We've been on for over 2 hours, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, get my day started, and get out. I don't think I'm going to be doing a walk this week with the rain, so I'm going to be using the missus's bicycle, exercise bike there to ride and stuff like that. So let's see. What else do we got here? Let me check my Twitter feed here, X feed, see what you got anything on the X. Oh, that movie, The Odyssey, declined just 30% in the second week. A great hold on the blockbuster. It's the third best ever movie. I'm gonna have to see that. I don't go see movies, so it's just. Oh, what do we have here? Nothing there. Nothing there. And nothing really on X. So, but we do have 4 people on X, so that's cool. And yeah, we're gonna wrap up here. And Pran from India says bye bye. See you soon. Yeah, we'll see you soon there. Oh, The Odyssey is good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. As far as that goes, I don't really go to the movies anymore. So, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, folks. I want to say thank you to Tony D. Thank you, Tony. Glad to have you here at the beginning of the broadcast, coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia. We had Tina, our Jersey girl, who's here also on the Twitch side. Pran, who just said see you later. Thank you for being here, Pran, coming in from India. Glad to have you. Farmer from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Okay, the Commonwealth of Virginia, not Pennsylvania, otherwise known as California East. Thank you, Farmer, for being here. I'm still laughing at my boob of a mistake. Let's see, we had PPF, who's a neighbor of mine. Okay, I think that may be Jim. He may have 2 accounts, but I'm thinking it's the missus's account. And Lud 1954, that's Jim. We'll be playing chess tonight, stuff like that. Good to have you both here, unless you're the same person. I'm thinking it's both of you. So, and Big Juice was in the house, coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio, and Farmers letting us know. Have a great day, everyone. Love the flags. God bless America. Love the flags there, Farmer. You too. Take care of those chickens. And if you missed 100 years ago, watch the replay. There's a chicken aspect of it. The chicken survived. It's funny. 100 years ago was funny today. All right, folks. I am Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, here on the Rumble, which I do appreciate Rumble. Thank you very much. As far as that goes, Rumble is tops. 5-star program as far as I'm concerned. But I do appreciate those that were in the chat, those that were watching the live, that were just sitting back. Oh, you know who we forgot? I just remember Willie Billy Silly. Thank you, Willie Billy Silly. I didn't want to forget you. You came in, you said good morning, so you get a shout out. Thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it as far as that goes. And if you're in the chat, you're going to get a shout out. So I do appreciate it. Thank you, Willie Billy Silly. And those people are just sitting back watching. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. The replays, greatly appreciate it. We're ending with 15 people on Rumble. We have 15 people watching total. That's great for a Monday. 9 people on Rumble. Can we get that to 10 before I leave? I'll do a read ad campaign if we get one more. We got 1 person on locals, 3 people on Twitch, 2 people on YouTube, and over on X Live, we have 4 people over there. So you can add 4 people. And what you're seeing, 15. We actually have 19. So, and let's see. Willie Billy Silly, he didn't want to forget you, my friend. Says also have a good day. So thank you very much. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end it right now and exit stage left and get our day going. And let's see, where's my music here? Okay, there's the music. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left. And you all have a great day. Life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care. Thank you for being here. God bless you all, and God bless America. Ciao for now, folks.